Hey there guys, how's it going for today? In today's video I'm discussing whether Command Tower is good in monocolored decks. Okay, so hashtag spoiler alert, Command Tower isn't really that good in monocolored decks. Not that it's unplayable or bad or anything like that, I'm just saying it's not that good. And the main reason is because, well, why do you need it? Like, what's the point? Like, in most of the decks that you're talking about in monocolor, why do you need a land that produces your own colors if you're in a monocolored deck? Why aren't you just running a swamp, like, or a mountain or a forest or whatever it is? Like, I don't understand. What's the point of having Command Tower in a monocolored deck? Like, it does the same thing as a forest or an island or whatever else you've got, whatever color you've got rather. So I just don't see the point in it. If you're talking about in a deck that steals opponent's stuff or whatever, something like this, maybe something like Tergrid or something like that, I'm not sure. But something like maybe Gonti or some of these other commanders that steal opponent's stuff, if your commander doesn't actually fix you for the colors, let you cast those cards with mana of any color, or just puts them on the battlefield anyway, or whatnot, what have you. I think there is a snow guy that actually does this, but I don't think he's a legend. So there are a few weird cards that are like that are like, you may cast these cards, but you need the mana to actually, cast them or whatnot. So you need blue or black or whatever other color that you might not have. Depends on what colors you're in. But again, if you're in a monocolored deck, it doesn't really make that much sense. But again, if that's the main reason why you're running Command Tower, then it doesn't really work, because again, you're only able to produce the mana that's in your commander's color identity. A better card would be a card that lets you play mana of any color, or lets you play mana of your opponent's colors, like Felwar Stone, Arcane Signets only for your colors. So again, that's not terrible, but again, like, for your opponent's stuff, you want Felwar Stone or whatnot. You want Exotic Orchard for one of your lands, maybe, because again, like, this mainly is happening for the Esper commander, I think, whatever her name is, I forget. The three, whatever her name is, god damn it, like centriplets. Sorry, I couldn't really think of it just there for a sec. But yeah, like there's not that much in mono like there is Gonti, but Gonti fixes you, and it's only a one-off thing for the most part anyway. And there are some other things that are out there, but again, like, why would you run Command Tower? Like, it's just the same as running a swamp or whatever in your deck, whatever, a forest in your deck. It does the same thing. Like, if you need mana of opponent's colors, then it's different, and then why would you need Command Tower again? So it's not a card that's worth your time that much, because again, you can actually tutor for swamps or whatever. You can have Cabal Coffers or whatever, things like this, or other things like that for your swamps or things like that. So, you've always got those other options. You've got not even just like real fetch lands like, Prismatic Vista, Fabled Passage, or even Tectonic, or Evolving Wilds, or Tectonic Reformation, whatever. Or like real fetch lands like, Scalding Tarn or whatever, Breeding Pool, whatever, those sort of ones. Then you've got things that search for lands, especially forests and especially plains, or just basic lands, things like this as well. So there's a lot of that sort of stuff that, does come about as well. So again, I just don't see the point in it. Like, in a two-color deck, it's really good, but in a monocolor deck, I see so many people play it, and it's just like, well, why are you playing it? It's no better than a forest, and you could have even, or whatever, for a swamp or whatever. Again, you could have tutored for that swamp with something else, or, you know, whatnot, or you could have tutored for that island with something else, you know, like, so there are other things that are out there. If it was a basic land, you would have got more benefit out of it being a basic land. If you need some sort of fixing for colors that aren't in your deck, again, it doesn't really do anything. So I just think overall it's not that good in monocolored decks. It's really good in every other color pairing beyond, you know, one. And even in one color, like colorless decks, it doesn't really work because, again, colorless, quote unquote, isn't a color. So it doesn't actually produce any mana of any color. It just doesn't do anything. So it's one of those things. It's really weird. But again, colorless is the main exception. But again, doesn't really matter. But again, you know, just like this is another one of those ones. I just hope people will take a look at it and go, hey, wait a minute, why am I running, you know, Command Tower in this deck? Like, wouldn't it be just better for me to run a Plains or run another, you know, mountain or whatever? Or even if I want another utility land in here, why am I not running Slippery Cast or another cycling land or whatever? Or something else that does more, you know, like, it's one of those things. It's always tough to be like looking and going, well, where am I going with this? Like, does it actually add anything to my deck? That's the question that I always try to ask. And in a two-color deck, it adds a lot because even if you've only got a handful of spells that are of another color, at least Command Tower will be able to tap for your other color when you sometimes need it to. And again, sometimes it taps for that third color or that fourth color or that fifth color that you're just barely splashing something for, and it's like, well, that's what I need it for, is when I, you know, have that problem of I, you know, get stuck and don't know what else to do. So yeah, it's really good in certain decks, but not really monocolor decks, and I don't really think there's any exceptions to that rule. Maybe there is if you're running Field of the Dead, I'm not sure. But again, you can make it happen with other cards and other lands if you really want to make Field of the Dead work in your monocolored deck. I don't really think you need Command Tower to make it work. Just run more utility lands and whatnot, things like that. So yeah, I just don't think Command Tower is good in monocolored. So you guys can let me know what you guys think about Command Tower in monocolored decks. Write your thoughts down there in the comments below. I'll be sure to respond to any and all comments. I really enjoy interacting with you guys, talking about all the geeky things and the EDHs that we all play and whatnot. So yeah, I'll definitely see you down there in those comments below, and in the next one, hopefully. Hey, you've just finished watching one of our videos. A bunch of other videos are popping up on your screen now for you to check out, so why not check them out?